Hey folks, how are you? Third last night at the bar. It was actually reasonably busy tonight. Had some dart action going. Sold out all my burger meat. I'll have to buy more because I do have Westerners coming for burgers tomorrow. Almost made my electric bill, so that's good. Yeah, I'm going to stick around for another sound wreck and see if I can sell just a sandwich or two more. Make my way there. But yeah, no, I mean... my luck, right? I gotta leave and everything starts to pick up. But of course, it's just one night. It could change, of course, but you know. No, I cracked open a bottle of Andy Player. It's local whiskey you can get for 100 pesos a bottle. It's not cheap and nasty like Western Seagrams or whatever. It's actually not bad. Doesn't give you a hangover. Not drunk, mind you. It was already a half bottle, and I just finishing it off because I'm closing. So why? Inherit a bunch of alcohol to the next owner. And the owners here took it relatively good. They're already going to rent my spot out to a fish shop and turn my VIP area into a fucking grocery, which is crazy because there's already 3 fishmongers and 3 groceries within a block of here. And it's like, it's the Filipino way, right? Let's open a clone business right beside a business that exists and hope that it does well. It's like, guys, that's not how it works. 1 or 2 in a block, fine, but it's like you guys have seen in my other videos though, with the 9 or 7 KCC street phone fixing merchants, and all they're doing is undercutting each other's prices, so they're pretty much working for free at that stage. I find it hilarious, but it is what it is, you know. I see another big bee today. I saw my very first little bee yesterday. It just landed and died on my counter, which is weird because I've never seen a bee in the Philippines. I just assumed that it's too polluted and there wasn't any, or they were only in the country maybe. But no, I saw a bee and I took a picture of it. But then today I got a huge black waspy bumblebee hornet thing I had to smack out of the sky and then kill with my foot. I can't afford to be getting stung while I'm over here, man. I'm allergic, and yeah, they say the hospitals are fine, but I ain't got no money for hospitals. I'm scrounging for a ticket home. So it is what it is. When I get home tonight, we'll see if there's any new mailbox requests, and if there is, I'll do a mailbag video for tonight before I go to bed. And if there's not, then there's not, and that's fine. But yeah, so it's funny too, because one of the things you really do discover if you're an expat coming over here, especially if you're coming over alone, is who your real friends are back home, you know. I've got a couple friends just rich as shit, you know. Always love to gloat, waste money on whores, waste money on stupid shit. Asking them for a little bit of help has been like pulling teeth out of a newborn baby. It's like, come on, man, like, you know. Especially because I'm good for it once I get home. But, you know, and they know this. Some of these guys have known me 20, 30 years. It's more about the whole, they ain't really your pals, right? They just like hanging with you because you bring the party. At least I do, you know. And out of sight, out of mind, right? You're just not a valuable member of their collection of friends. And a lot of these, you know, here's the thing too, I've discovered. A lot of Western people, be it here, be it there, don't really have friends. They have people they know. They won't make any sacrifice for them. They definitely don't think about them. Like, I don't get any calls at Christmas time. Yet I give calls out at Christmas time, right? It's fucked up. And I've had the same phone number for 32 years. So that's a lot of years to be collecting friends. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, as some of you know me, I'm a DM. I'm a famous gamer guy. Don't even get that. Don't even get those calls from those guys. And they, you know, with a group that really doesn't have a whole lot of friends either, so you think they would monopolize on the having the friends thing, right? But no, so it's been a chore trying to raise up the money for the ticket. I got a few more days that I gotta do it, but I really wanted to have the ticket bought today because every day it goes up by, you know, a couple $100 actually in our dollars, which is bullshit. And I know there's gonna be empty seats on each plane because that is how it is here. So I don't know why they don't have standby anymore, why they don't have seat sales. You know, it's kind of irritating, but you know, it is what it is. And I told a few people, if I don't get out of here by the 10th, then I'll just retire everything I've got going here and go stay on a cheap house for now. And that's free from another expat because he wants me to renovate it for him. And yeah, so I'll do that. And just one second. So anyways, yeah. It should be interesting to see how things go here over the next few days, and I'll of course keep you all posted. And I was hoping to surprise people in the family unit back home when I show up, see how they're living in my absence, because I was the only one who would motivate them to do chores or things like that. And the school calls me every single day that they're not attending, so I know that they aren't attending school. But unfortunately, I had one of my allies snitch me out to them that I was coming home. So, like I said, you can't trust friends, right? But yeah, no, it is what it is. I find that it should be very interesting here. Like I said, the only issue the landlady had was she's like, "Well, you're gonna have my money that you owe me." And yeah, it's 10,000 pesos. It's like less than $200. Of course, I'm gonna have that. I'm scrounging for a ticket home. That's the important part, And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna hold your equipment." Please, no, you're not, lady. I got like $100,000 worth of 100,000 pesos worth of equipment. Worst case scenario, I might let you keep a few bowls or a pot or two. Definitely not giving her the whole deal. But I shouldn't have to. I have 3 different expats and 1 Filipino now who are quasi-interested in the business. So see how that goes. See if any of them materialize and hook me up. And if they don't, they don't. And tonight was a big planetary alignment. And of course the skies here are so overcasted and polluted that there was no visual for me to enjoy like I wish that there had been. Oh well. That's one thing I do miss about home is the clean water, milk, and the clean skies. I'm sure if I was in my backyard with my telescope right now back in Canada, I'd be able to see all the planets and do a little thing with my kid, showing him the planets and stuff. But that's if they didn't break the telescope by now. That's the other thing too. I'm wondering just how bad the house is when I get there. It's going to be crazy. And they voted me out, because I was the problem. Yet now I've been gone a long time. Everyone's still miserable. People are still not going to school. So, expats, when you come over because you think, they give you the line that you're the problem because you make them go to school and you make them do chores and you make them go to school. You're not. They're the problem. I gave them the benefit of the doubt that maybe I was too strict. Maybe I was too grouchy. I was working 20-hour days, 7 days a week, burning myself at both ends and still not making ends meet all the time because, it is how it is in North America, right? It's how it is here too. That's realistic. Very few people make everything they need all the time. There are going to be highs, there are going to be lows, especially in business. But I've gained a crap ton of new cooking skills over here, like Filipino foods and things like that I'll definitely be introducing to any restaurant I reopen over there. And if I do decide to stick around, I am going to go talk to a few old hotels that have restaurants on them that I used to work for, that I know nobody has taken over those restaurants because, no one wants to deal with the bullshit of the kind of foreign landlords that are there. But, I don't care about that. And now that I've lived here in the Philippines too, the other thing is it toughens you about what you accept as quality for housing and stuff. Like, I used to say to myself, I would never live in my RV, in my yard, because that would be beneath me, right? I have a house, blah, blah, blah. No, man. Considering where I live now and where I have lived out here, my RV is going to be just fucking sweet as pie. It's going to be comfortable as all heck. And it'll be quiet. There won't be roosters all the time. There won't be dogs. There won't be all that stuff. So, as much as I'm going to miss the Philippines, trying to look at the benefits of going home too, And it's only temporary. My goal is to come back as soon as possible. I'm going to clear up this tax BS with the Canadian government. And it's definitely fixed against me. I didn't make enough and that's why I'm being audited. Come on. That's crazy. Doesn't make any sense at all. My only concern, of course, is that my bank closed the bank account I used for my business while I was here because no one used it for 8 months. And had a negative of $7.55, which is nothing. My boy should have taken care of that. Not like I can go into a bank and deposit anything here. But anyways, that's a whole other video. So we'll see how that goes, because I will do a video on that when I get home and have to deal with that. But I'm going to need them to print me up a print up for the last year's transactions, because that's where I'm going to get proofs of my lack of business and proofs of things I had to pay that I'm claimed. See, I'm a grocery back home, folks. And if you're in Canada and you know anything about our tax code, the way it works is, if you're a grocery, you don't collect HST, GST from your customers. That's our sales tax, our or VAT, you know, value-added tax, whatever you want to call it, depending where you're from in the world. But it's pretty much a number they add onto your normal product price, and that's the amount, that percentage, in our case is 13%, that you give to the government. Now, it doesn't apply to food. I sell food. Now, raw food, mind you. If I cook stuff, if I start doing dinners again, like a restaurant, I have to pay. But I don't. I'm just a fish market. So that being said, every year for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now, they owe me money. And a decent amount, enough to make it worth claiming, you know what I mean? And that's what I was waiting for over here. Like, I've been slumming it hard for 2 months since the new year, thinking to myself, because February 28th today, oh, that check's in the mail. Technically in the direct deposit box, but either way. And I even caught that they closed my bank account, the bank, without them telling me anything, without a call, without an email, without nothing, that the money would have went into. So I caught it and changed it in time to, like, make sure that wasn't going to be a delay so I could get the money. And I floated myself over here with the landlords. I warned them like 2-3 months in advance that, hey, I might be broke for February, but carry me, you know. Because I have the habit here, and it's great for building rapport, to pay your rent multiple months in advance if you know you're staying, right? I knew I was staying in my house because, like I said, it was a de facto embassy. I hate to let it go. Of course, any of you are coming to Gen Center in the next week or so, you want to take over my house, you're not going to go wrong. It's dirt cheap. And, I mean, if you call within the next day or two, you can even get my beds, my fan, and my aircon in the deal. I'll leave it there with the house, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm selling all that shit, so you just get an empty house. But it's one of these things where, you know, you rent a hotel, and it's like at least minimum, cheapest hotel you're finding is around 3,500 pesos a week, which is still cheap. Do the math on whatever your currency is. It's a joke. But 2 weeks worth of hotel rent is a month in a 3-bedroom house. And this house is surrounded by great markets, and it's got a wall with a yard. I was going to buy the house, because you can buy the house for next to nothing, too. I mean, I don't hope someone is poaching on me like that, but it's just one of these things where I had set myself up really sweet over here. It's kind of irritating. I'm going to have to just abandon it all and go home for a few months, and then come back and rebuild. But I come back rebuilding with a buttload of money, and with all the experience of having the boots on the ground. Like on these expat sites I go to, and they're always asking questions like, is this enough? Is that enough? Great questions, don't get me wrong. However, a little bit of Googling, and you can learn those answers yourself. But nothing does beat boots on the ground. So my answer is always, same to the guys who are trying to date online, don't do that silly crap. Get on a plane, come here. You're going to get swindled for more than the cost of a ticket hunting online for women. They'll give you sad stories. My grandpa's sick, my dog's dying, my baby needs food, I need load. It's all a scam. And if it's not, then, oh well, still don't give it to them. Come here. Spend 1 month, okay? You will meet the perfect Filipino you're looking for. Or you maybe not will meet the perfect one, but you'll meet a one that's going to be what you need for now, if not forever. And it puts you on the ground to get many more other viable, legitimate contacts to what might be the one. Online is just nothing but scammers. Like I said, you might find that needle in a haystack, that one good one. And I know I'm going to get lots of comments. Mine was found online, and she's a great one. Yeah, check back with me in 3 years. That's that Jim and Drexel guy. I mean, that Jim guy is such a sucker for punishment. He's another channel I've been roped into that soap opera. The guy's such a simp, it's unbelievable, right? And I think now he's at the stage where he's trolling her even. He knows she's bad, but he's just having fun toying with her. And I guess some guys get off on that kind of sadistic shit. I'm just not one of them. I just have cut my losses and started shopping in Thailand. Especially because her son and that has already got him into trouble with the local law. So it's like, oh my goodness. Once you got to deal with the law over here, or in any country that's not your homeland, get out, don't go back. Like, I mean, it's not worth it. The systems aren't geared towards foreigners, especially over here. But, you know, it is what it is. People will do what they'll do. And like I said, if it's for love, I guess. Yeah, I love motorbikes. Another fun thing of the Philippines I'm not going to miss. And they do it because they think it wards off evil spirits. My opinion is they do it because they got small junk and it makes them look good. Neither are true. But anyways. Sorry, my whiskey and Coke was getting cold warm. I don't want that. It's like I joked yesterday with some guys. Number one thing I'll be doing when I get home is enjoying some Canadian beer. The beer here is awful. I won't even drink Red Horse if it's free. I've been doing San Mig Light with a lemon in it, so it's kind of like Corona. 1 second. Sorry, just trying to sling some beers to some lads waiting for a trike. I want to liquidate as much of my inventory as I can. But yeah, no, it's gotten to be the stage where no, even if I liquidate all my inventory, I won't have enough for the ticket. I gotta sell the equipment, gotta sell the business. But yeah, should be interesting to see how that rolls. And then of course I have 3 workers I want to bring over to Canada. One's a boy and then 2 girls that are pretty sure. The third girl, I don't know. And I'll be honest, one of the second girls bothers me because she's only 19 and she's still in that gullible, I'm going to do whatever my parents tell me, even though my parents suck and are losers. They want me to be a loser too. It's like, no. Like, don't do it. Like, take advantage. Like, she's 19 without kids, which over here is already half the battle. And she's cute enough that, you know, she could be scooped up by someone for sure. But she goes and spends a couple months in Canada working now, comes home with a buttload of money, and I'll give her a job at one of my shops, no problem. But she could come back and convince the parents that she was right. Look, here's the money to prove it. You know what I mean? Because money talks over here. It really does. You can make these people change their song and dance right away with a buttload of money. So they got to want to do it themselves, right? Like, I don't want to be like the manipulating force. That's blown up on me a few times using my superior persuasion skills to get people to work with me. But well, this whole bar, that's the thing too. It should have done great, and when I come back, it's gonna do great. But I'm going to go to a different location. I'm going to choose somewhere in the neighborhood because I want the hotels, I want the universities that I'm surrounded by, I want the malls I'm surrounded by. I'll pay a couple thousand more in rent, no problem, to have daily customers. And the problem with this place is I've been getting the new customers, but